But basically what happens is you receive an email that looks to be like a legitimate email, and it changes the address and the location where they want the money wired.
Secretary here with the Morgantown Board of Realtors Safety Committee. We're here today with Eric London with Bulls Rice. We are going to talk about cybercrime and specifically wire fraud.
Wire fraud is basically money transferred into a fraudulent account, and this has become a really prevalent issue nowadays. In fact, I went back and looked at some of the numbers. In 2017, with respect to real estate transactions, it was a $56 million problem. In 2019, it's a $221 million problem. The FBI believes it's only being reported 15 to 20% of the time. So that number is way underreported as to the losses involving real estate transactions and with respect to wire fraud. In fact, in 2019, it's a $12 billion global problem.
You mentioned this is becoming much more prevalent now. What are the primary means that criminals are getting information for wire fraud?
As I stated, it's becoming very lucrative, and the common way that most people are getting this information, they call it the business email compromise scheme, or the FBI calls it the BEC scheme. In fact, it was probably 3 years ago I received an email from a local real estate company asking us to wire to a different account. This email was very unprofessional, bad grammar, bad spelling, had the logo completely wrong. It was easy to tell that this was not a legitimate email. We ended up contacting that real estate company. They confirmed that they were hacked, and we continued wiring as normal. Fast forward about a year and a half, we get another email from the same real estate company. It looks almost 99.9% spot on. They must have hired someone to help with the grammar and the English and the logo. Again, we got suspicious when we were asked to change the location of where to wire funds. We contacted that real estate company, and they again confirmed that they've been hacked. So the sophistication level has increased immensely with these cyber criminals and the information that we're getting.
So if a buyer finds himself in a situation like this, what can they do to protect themselves?
So when dealing with buyers, it's important that you identify for them who the key parties are in the real estate transaction, that they don't send any information through the emails that would be considered confidential. Also, it's important that they verify all wiring instructions themselves. We're going to talk about this ad nauseum, but the old Adam used to be in real estate, location, location, location. Now with wire fraud, it's verify, verify, verify. That's the most important thing you can do.
To expand a little more on verifying funds, how does that happen?
For verifying funds, what we request is that when, for example, the buyer wants to wire us closing funds, we ask that they call us prior to sending the money, and over the phone, we can verify account numbers and routing numbers.
As realtors, what can we do to protect our buyers and sellers?
Okay, what I recommend is some common sense things that it applies day in and day out. Number one, just use established email accounts. Never send any emails from a public unsecured server, okay? Also, as we talked about, educate the buyers about the wire scams that are out there. And again, reiterate that you should be only receiving emails from your lender, your closing attorney, and typically the listing or selling agent. And anything else that looks suspicious, contact you so that it can be addressed if there's an issue. Also, keep your operating systems and antivirus programs up to date. Constantly make sure that they're in compliance in that regard. Never click on any suspicious attachments. Okay, that's how they can get into that malware and spyware in that regard.